Hello and welcome to episode 25 of the HamCorp training manual. In this episode, we will construct the thaumatorium, the alchemical furnace, and we even managed to build a simple infusion altar. Okay, we're back in the Twilight Forest. Let's get straight to work. So the lich towers, I believe, look like this birch roof structure. I don't think it is birch roof, but it kind of looks like birch. Yeah, it's this. It looks like this. It looks really cool, actually. I don't know if there's actually an entrance here, but, I mean, this is Minecraft, so that's my entrance. What's up, boys? I'm just running to the top. Here he is. There's kind of a gimmick to this. I don't remember. I think I need to launch these ender pearls back. Yeah. This might be easier to do with a sword. Cool. Shield is down. And he's dead. Yeah, it dies really quick after dealing with the shields. I have so much junk, man. However, I did not get enough lich bones. I only got... Where'd they go? I only got 2. And I need 4. So, I need to go kill another lich. Okay. I'm gonna skip most of this dungeon by just digging into the side of the wall here. I did it sorta legit the first time, so don't hate. I know there's plenty more loot to be had by searching like the side rooms and side towers, but I've done plenty of exploring in the last few hours, so I don't really want to do any more. Cool. All done. Oh my god, no way I didn't get enough lich bones. Another one? Alright, I'll go kill a third lich, I guess. I know I can generate lich bones using my lich trophy, but that also costs Salus Mundus, which is a little expensive for me right now. So I'd rather just go up and kill another lich. Okay, last lich. My sword's broken, so I'm just going to... I guess I'm just going to punch the ender pearls back. Oh, this one just dropped straight up 4 lich bones. Man. Alright. Cool. Let's go home. To make the next type of wand, I need to use a bunch of this stuff. So let's start with the iron-capped Greatwood wand. We're not going straight to the gold one, because the gold one requires 30 of each aspect to craft, but our current wand can only hold 25. As an intermediate step, we do have to make the iron-capped wooden wand, or the iron-capped Greatwood wand. So let's do that. Oh, I need to make more iron caps. I also need to go fill up my wand. Okay, I just got my iron caps, and I just realized that once I make the iron-capped Greatwood wand, I'm going to have to fill that up, so I can make the gold-capped one, and then I'm going to have to fill that one up as well. So I'm just going to take my arcane work table and go on another extremely annoying adventure to fill up my wands. Time to make the iron-capped Greatwood wand. Here it is. Awesome. Next, the gold-capped Greatwood wand. And that's going to cost 30 of each aspect. Well, 33, because of the iron-capped penalty. The sun is setting, and I now have a gold-banded Greatwood wand. Don't forget you can scan these wands with your thermometer. Okay, very good. I will say that running around filling these wands is not fun. However, there is a way to get around this. These primal shrooms basically are plants that grow and store V, and when you break them, they just drop a bunch of V on the ground, and you can pick it up and it'll go into the wand. I just learned that there is a quest to just buy V shrooms, and it only costs Dark Wizard coins. So I'm just going to buy up a bunch of V shrooms whenever this is off cooldown, and in the meantime, I'm going to continue doing research. Specifically, I need to make the Arcane Alembic, which is the essentia distillation research. I want to make the spinning wheel as well, which is a witching gadgets research. Obviously, I need to do the primal shroom research, which means I need to progress anatomic bases a little bit. And I also want to do the goggles of revealing research. So I'll be back with those discoveries, and I might do some other researches on the side as well. Yeah, there's a couple of other things that are not on the quest book either. So I'm just going to spend some time doing some research and buying up fish rooms. Also, I forgot to mention that I don't need to keep fucking up the Crucible on purpose to get the scans. You can just make these. Like, I made Vitium by combining Precantatio and Perditio like this. and you get extra Vitium. And you can also do that to discover new aspects. So I just looked up a list of all the aspects, and I have discovered all of them. I finished Essentia Distillation research, I finished Goggles of Revealing research, and I have finished Spinning research. I also finished the Primal Shrooms discovery. So far I only have 10 V-Shrooms. 1 pumpkin and 4 tiny piles of stone dust are the perfect combo to make these, apparently, so... Alright, got my 6 Primal Shrooms. Okay, the Primal Shrooms I'm just going to plant in the most hideous possible location. But once they're fully grown, I can break them and fill this wand up. But here is a neat trick. You can speed this up with the watering can. The nicest thing about these is that you don't lose the Primal Shrooms when you break them. So you can just keep infinitely replanting these as you need V. Awesome. That's going to make crafting everything else so much easier. Next, I want to make the Goggles of Revealing. You might notice that some of my V costs are a little bit lower than the others. That is because I've put on some of these rings that I found while exploring, and I get a bit of a discount from them. The Goggles of Revealing are really nice because they give you, first of all, they give you a V discount, and second, they allow you to see nodes without having to hold a thermometer. It also shows you a couple of other things. If you have warded jars, it shows you how much essentia you have stored in them, things like that. So they are very nice to have when doing Thaumcraft things. We're going to need some arcane stone bricks as well. Next, we're going to need 12 arcane stone bricks. This is a laser engraver recipe, so we're going back to GregTech. I've also just made the spinning wheel. Spinning wheel is very nice because it's automated and it gives you 1 string for 1 cotton, which is our best ratio so far. I'm also working on making the enchanted fabric, and that just needs so much string and so much cotton. All of this just to make 18 fabric. That's insane. Let me tell you right now, making these enchanted fabrics is a pain, but it's going to be worth it because I get V discounts. Alright, all done. Now to make the thaumaturge's robes, I'm gonna need 6 thaumium plates. Here are the leggings, the top, and the boots. Very cool. But honestly, I like the look of the Crimson Cult robes a lot better. However, there are some better robes we can make, the Bewitched robes. We do need to do the research for these, but these have a much bigger V discount. This one's 5% just for the top, 4% just for the legs, compared to 2% for those two with the base Thaumaturge's robes, and only 1% with the Crimson Cult leggings. The chestplate doesn't even give you a discount. So I've done the research for the Bewitched Fleece, and now we can make the upgraded Thaumaturge's robes, aka the Bewitched robes. I had some Bewitched Fleece from a quest, but I'm gonna need some more. But I can upgrade this right now anyway. I just need to refill my wand again. Right, Bewitched robes. Doesn't look terribly different, I think. I have a hood now, that's kinda cool. Thaumcraft is just me breaking mushrooms over and over, man. Okay, I have my Bewitched Fleece and my Thaumaturge's leggings, which means I can make Bewitched leggings. Okay, that looks like it bugged out. Back to critical progression, the Arcane Alembic. I'm actually going to make a couple of these. I'm going to make 5 for now, and I'll explain why when I actually use them. Actually, before I continue, before I make these alembics, I'm going to do a different research before continuing, because I need to make more thaumium, and I don't want to keep creating a bunch of flux as I do it. So, if I do this shard recrystallization research, which is in the alchemy page, you need to go down this left path, magic tallow, alchemical duplication, alchemical manufacture, and then shard recrystallization. With shard recrystallization, you can get a completely flux-free way to make thaumium and balance shards. So let me get this research done, and then I'll show you how to do that. I've gathered the different things I need now that we've done the shard recrystallization research. I also made an armor stand, by the way. This is just so I can easily swap between my nanosuit and my magic stuff. Making clean thaumium needs one of each type of shard. Actually, there's a certain ratio you need. You need 4 of each type of shard, 5 iron, and then 5 of any type of powder. So the way this works is 5 out of these 6 groups of shards are going to be used to turn into essentia. That will make enough of each of the elemental essentia to then put in 4 of your 6th type of shard, and that will make balance shards. It will also leave you with enough vitreous to remake some of these crystals using the crystal powder, and it will have enough precantatio to make thaumium. And the ratio here is 4 of each of these shards, 5 powder, and 5 thaumium. Make sure to put in your 5 shards first before anything else, because these 3 things in the hotbar are catalysts, and then the 5 things above are ingredients. Oh yeah, I have the goggles of revealing, so now you can see what's inside. Clean, no flux. Perfect. And time to make these alembics. Of course, I would be just a little short. Typical. But it finishes the quest. I only needed 1 for the quest. Regardless, here's the last one. Nice. Next up, I'm going to make an alchemical furnace. I'm going to make 2 alchemical constructs because they're used to make the thaumatorium. And I'm going to make a bunch of warded jars. In fact, I'm going to make enough warded jars to store each of these different essentias. And that adds up to a total of 69 warded jars. And I think that's pretty nice. And I'm also going to need jar labels so I can lock these. I'll see you when I have all of this stuff ready, and I will explain why I need all of these things. Okay, I got all my stuff. I had to do a little more research. So I pushed through this research tree all the way to automated alchemy, which you need to make the thaumatorium. The thaumatorium is a multi-block. You can see how it's made in the Thaumanomicon. And it basically looks like this. It's a cauldron, or a crucible with 2 alchemical constructs stacked on top of it. I'm going to keep another crucible just for manual crafting, but this is going to be the thaumatorium. You just right-click with the wand. The wand does need to have certain essentia in it, which I'm guessing I'm missing. 30 ordo, 30 aqua, and 15 ignis. Yeah, I don't have enough aqua. This we can use to kind of automate things that we were doing in the cauldron. So for example, what we can do is we give it the catalyst of iron ingot, and it will show you that you can make a thaumium ingot. If there were other things, I think you can scroll between the different possible outputs, and then it shows you the different essentia you need. And then you just have to supply the construct with essentia through pipes or any other means, and then it will spit out, once it has enough of the essentia, it will spit out the product in front of it. The other thing I made was the alchemical furnace. This thing we should fuel with alumentum because that makes it run a lot quicker. But this is why we made the alembics. You can stack up to 5 alembics on top of 1 alchemical furnace. Like so. And what the alchemical furnace does is it destroys whatever you put inside of it, and it turns it into essentia. And those essentia filter up into the different alembics above. You would just have to empty out the alembics first through pipes or files or warded jars. Speaking of warded jars, here are the jars I have so far. These jars we can use to store different types of essentia. So from a quest reward earlier, I got a file of essentia for precantatio, and we can store this in a jar. And if you want to lock the jar to this specific essentia, you just need to put a label on it. So now if I empty this, using files, it's still going to be locked to Precantatio. And if I have a pipe leading to this from the alembic with a different type of essentia, it's not going to do anything. Be careful with the jars, because if you shift right click, it empties everything into the air as flux, and bad things can happen. For right now, it is possible to just manually deal with this. So for example, let's say I want to make some thaumium. I'm going to take some stuff that has Precantatio, like these water shards. I'm also going to need some fuel. So the fuel goes on the bottom, the thing you want to break down goes at the top. And now the alembic starts filling up. Currently it has vitreous, and this purple bar shows how much is stored in the internal buffer of the alchemical furnace. If you look at the top, you can see it has Precantatio and aqua, but that has nowhere to go. The alembic only has vitreous right now. We can empty this out using files, because files can take 8 at a time. And luckily here, the numbers work out to be 8 and 16. So this would work, but if this was not a multiple of 8, we would have to use worded jars. Like that. You can just take it out manually. Now we have a jar for vitreous. The Precantatio is slowly filtering into the alembic above. In fact, I'm going to reconnect this one so we can do multiple at the same time. This one's now getting aqua. This one's getting Precantatio. Gonna slap a label on this too. Cool. Now we have everything from those shards that we just broke down. So to make thaumium, we need Precantatio, so I've moved the jar up here. But as you can see, the essentia tube itself does not connect to the warded jar. What we need is an essentia valve. This kind of acts like a input-output, and this does connect to the warded jar. So now we have a setup where the jar is connected to a valve. The valve is open. This is what it would look like if it was closed. So it's open, connected to a tube, connected to the construct. And now if I select thaumium ingot, I get ambushed. But I also get a thaumium ingot. And it's used up for Precantatio. So these two things in combination make it much easier to get different things from the crucible. So now, I think we're actually ready to start working towards infusion. And for infusion, I need to make a runic matrix and a bunch of other fucking bullshit, but I haven't done the research for it yet. So let's get this infusion research done. And now we can craft the runic matrix, we can craft arcane pedestals. We already have these arcane stone bricks and stone blocks. So I will be back when I have the runic matrix and we're ready to assemble the infusion altar. Alright, last of the things we need. The runic matrix. The simplest runic matrix you can build looks a little like this. Pedestal in the middle, arcane stone bricks around it, arcane stone blocks above that, and then the runic matrix on the layer above these. You need 25 of each V-type to turn this into a multi-block. So yet again, I find myself farming mushrooms. And this one is so cool. I think this is probably one of the coolest multi-blocks in the game. This is the simplest one, where you can't even do anything, because there are no pedestals around it. This pedestal is the input catalyst, and surrounding pedestals, which I'm going to place, are the input ingredients. And then we start the infusion. The runic matrix will draw essentia from any warded jars that are in range, and then complete the ritual to make the final output item in the middle again. So as we have it now, there are 4 input arcane pedestals, so we can only do recipes that have 4 inputs. Of course, we can just add more, but we want to do this in a way that's symmetric, because symmetry is very important, firstly for my building style, but also for the arcane pedestal itself as a game mechanic. So to help calculate how stable an infusion is, we can make the arcane abacus. Just need some more research. This needs another runic matrix and an HV sensor as well as an HV circuit. So a little annoying to make, because the runic matrix is quite annoying to make, but it's something that would be helpful. I have 4 remaining pedestals. I'm just going to place them around on the diagonals. And this is obviously symmetric. And now that we have infusion available, there are a couple of things I want to make. First of all, the Skullfire Sword, which needs research. I also want to make Boots of the Traveler. Actually, for now, I think that's all I want. I just want the Skullfire Sword and the Boots of the Traveler. So I'm going to do those 2 researches as well. Boots of the Traveler is fine. Skullfire Sword looks intense. And it has 12 inputs, so we need more pedestals. Also, it has an instability of 15, which seems really high because the text is in red. Also, the 64 Aurum might be kind of hard to get. Yeah, I need to think about this. For now, let's start with the Arcane Abacus, and let's expand the Infusion Altar so it can handle an instability of 15. Thank you for watching this episode of the HamCorp Training Manual. In the next episode, we will craft the Boots of the Traveler and the Skullfire Sword. We will forcibly remove skeletal squatters from HamCorp property and kill the Wither. Remember, HamCorp does not condone violence, but will participate in it if the bottom line is affected. See you next time.